Just to go on to the Champions League, Liam, who's your fancy? You fancy Juve, don't you?
Yeah, I do now. I think Juve's name has been on the trophy, and Atletico Madrid going back a while, the name has been on the trophy. I don't think Monaco's name has been ever on the trophy. So I think we're in for a new winner this year. A newish winner in the case of Juventus. A long time ago in the case of who was it, Eamon? Who is it? When did Atletico Madrid win? I think it was the 70s, maybe. I think.
Yeah,
I have a feeling they did. Yeah. So that's been a long time coming, and they've been knocking on the door the last 3 or 4 years, and a bit unlucky in the finals that they had against Real. So I think Real might not do it this year, and we could be in for. A team that, in Juventus's case, has come back from being a great European club. Has come back in the last 10 years. They put up a hell of a fight against Barcelona 2 or 3 years ago in the final. It could have gone either way. So they would be my pick because of that defence they've got. And I know you're not enamored with the attack that they have with Higuain and Dybala and Cuadrado. You don't rate, and
Mandzukic.
Mandzukic you don't rate, but they do a job for the team. And Higuain can be a bit like one of those strikers who doesn't do too much, but he'll stick the ball in the net for you. So. And one can often be enough with this Juventus team. One goal, a bit like Atletico Madrid. So I just slightly tip the scales in their favour.
Okay, John, before I ask you, I fancy Atletico because if they avoid Juventus in the semi-final, which the draw for which we don't yet know, I think they'll be in the final, and I think Juventus will be in the final. And the difference between them, I thought Juventus's efforts at attacking were wicked, poor. Cuadrado, he was only at Chelsea for a few months. He didn't look like it. Higuain is a bit of a donkey, and I think they have Griezmann, they have Carrasco and Saul, 3 really gifted and strong attacking players, and they still have the solidity to their defence. But, and I know you believe this, and I believe it a bit myself, I'm a bit worried about it, the second half against Leicester the other night, they were very disappointing when Leicester changed the team around and subjected them to an aerial bombardment. They didn't really manage it very well.
No, they didn't handle it well at all. And I think what's happened, Eamon, I think the top teams have actually come back to Juventus rather than the other way round. Real Madrid are not what they were. Barcelona are not what they were. I don't think Atletico Madrid are what they were. So I think they've all come back to Juventus and have given Juventus, as Liam would call them, outsiders a few years ago, a good chance of winning it. I think if I was putting any money on it now, I'd probably put it on Juventus. I thought Atletico Madrid were disappointing the other night with the players that they had. I mean, if Leicester played a bit more themselves, they could have won it.
Jamie Vardy missed a couple of chances.
And this is against Leicester, who are no great shake. So I think Atletico Madrid, you watched them and you said to me earlier in the year, they're not playing quite as well as they have been in previous years. Neither are Real Madrid, neither are Barcelona. So it's opened it up. And the next best team after them, and the way that they're playing and not give goals away, I think are Juventus. And to be fair to Juventus the other night, Eamon, they weren't a team that sat back all the time. Now, they did it, which was very good. When they had a chance to attack, which wasn't all that often, they looked very, very dangerous and could have taken advantage of it. Actually, better chances in many ways than so they're not sitting back for the 90 minutes. They're actually having a go, and I think they're capable of scoring goals. So if I was a betting man, I'd probably put a few bob on Juventus.
Okay, I can clear up the Atletico thing, Liam. They're 3 times Champions League runners-up. In 74, when it wasn't called the Champions League, it was the European Cup. In 2014, 2016, they won the Europa League in 2010 and 2012. So they haven't had their name on the great trophy. Now,
okay, well, yeah.
it's okay. You know what a stickler I am for facts, Liam, don't you?
Yeah, well,